So hi, I'm Jeanette. Welcome. So 1 hour slow flow. So we will do a full range practice, seated poses, some sun salutations, some standing poses, and a few other things, maybe a few surprises. So props, you may want to have a blanket for sitting on, and a block would be handy for some of the poses. But if you don't have those, it's not the end of the world. All right, so shall we begin? So start in a comfortable seated position. So this is a posture that you may want to prop straight away with a blanket under your bottom if you need it. If not, just sit directly onto your mat cross-legged. All right, so bring your hands out to your sides with the palms facing forward. Put a little bit of energy into your arms, some energy into your palms and into your fingertips. Feel some space around your chest. Take a nice big breath in. Reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Look towards your thumbs. Exhale, slowly bring the hands back down alongside your hips, keeping the arms as straight as you can. Inhale, turn the palms forward. Reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Look towards your thumbs. Exhale, slowly, softly, bring the hands back down, put a little energy into the arms, the palms and the fingertips. A couple more just like that. Inhale, enjoying the full in-breath. And then exhale, enjoy a full, sustained out-breath. So one more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. This time we'll take it into a gentle twist. So inhale, just the same, reach the arms all the way overhead. As you exhale, twist to your right, so your left hand onto your right knee and your right fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the whole spine up. Exhale, twist a tiny bit more, ground through your left seat. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, hold the pose. Inhale, slowly untwist, reach the arms all the way up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, softly twist to your left. Right hand onto your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the whole spine up. Exhale, twist a little further, ground through your right seat. Inhale deeply, lift the whole spine. Exhale, hold the pose. Inhale, slowly untwist. Reach the arms up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, interlace your fingers, bring the hands behind your head, elbows wide. Inhale, lift the spine, lift your gaze just a little bit, so very, very mild back bend. So tune into your breath. Breathe full deep in breaths. Slow, sustained out breaths. Close your eyes if that feels nice for you. And see if you can extend your breath beyond what we think of just the lungs. So breathe all the way into the tips of your elbows. Breathe and extend all the way to the crown of the head. Use the breath to really expand through your seat, through your knees and into your feet. On your next inhalation, reach the arms directly up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly release the fingertips to the floor. Transition onto all fours. Step your hands a little further forward than your shoulders, just about 5 centimeters or so. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, stretch your bottom back towards your heels. Adjust your hands if you need to, so walk them more forward if your arms have some space for that. Inhale, round the spine as you come onto all fours, and then continue the chest moving forward, the bottom lifts at the top of the in-breath. Exhale, stretch your bottom back towards your heels. Inhale, round the spine as you come back onto all fours. Transition the chest forward and up at the top of your in-breath. Exhale, bottom back towards your heels. Again, inhale, round the spine, come onto all fours. Keep breathing in as you slide the chest through, lift your bottom. Exhale slowly, bottom back to your heels. So one more just like that. Inhale, round the spine, come onto all fours, chest through, bottom up. Exhale, bottom back towards your heels. Inhale, round the spine, come onto all fours. Complete the in-breath by sliding the chest through. And now this time, exhale, come to a neutral spine. Take a full deep breath in neutral. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift up and back into downward facing dog. So have your feet as wide as your outer hips. Take a moment to cycle through your heels. Feel out your body for the day. As you start to cycle through the heels, continue to breathe in a very smooth, sustainable way. And the next time your right heel is on the floor, keep the right heel down so your left leg is bent. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, move your right hip back to the space behind you and press even further through the center of your right heel. Hold the pose, take a full deep breath in. Exhale, move the right hip back, ground through the right heel. Inhale, lift the right heel up. Exhale, left heel down, right heel is off the floor. Hold the pose here, take a full deep breath in. Exhale, move your left hip back to the space behind you, ground through your left heel. Hold the pose here, take a full deep breath in. Exhale, left hip back, ground through the left heel. Inhale, lift your left heel up away from the floor. And now exhale, lower both heels evenly to the floor, downward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in. And a slow, sustained breath out. Inhale, lift the heels up, take your gaze between your thumbs, take one big step or many little steps towards your hands, front of the mat, feet together or a little distance apart, you choose. Inhale, with bent knees, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, with bent knees, softly fold over the legs. Couple more like that. Inhale, halfway lift, keep the legs bent for the moment, lift your bottom up, lift your belly muscles up. Exhale, keep the lift of your seat as you fold, so keep a little bend in the knees just at this part of class. Again, inhale, halfway lift, reach your bottom up, lift your belly muscles up. Exhale and softly fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, circle the arms to the side, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, circle the hands back towards your hips and then circle your hands to your heart. So step right to the front of the mat. So inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale and softly fold. So straight or bent legs as is appropriate for you. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot back, put your right knee onto the floor. Inhale, lower the hips, circle the arms up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, use your belly muscles to lift your bottom up to downward facing dog. You may need to step your feet forward a touch here. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, press down and forward through your hands. Inhale, breathe up the length of the arms, breathe up the length of the spine, lift your seat. Exhale, lift your belly muscles up as you breathe down the back of the legs through the heels. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Put your back knee onto the floor. Inhale, lower the hips, circle the arms up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, hands down, step forward, front of the mat. Inhale, stand up, circle the arms, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your sides, circle your hands to your heart. Inhale, release the hands, circle the arms up. Exhale, softly bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back, put your left knee onto the floor. Inhale, lower the hips, circle the arms, look to your thumbs. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, use your belly muscles to lift you up and back to downward facing dog. Step your feet in a touch if you need to. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, press down and forward through the hands. Inhale, lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine, roll your bottom towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift your belly muscles up. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, breathe down the back of the legs through the center of your heels. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your thumbs, put the back knee onto the floor. Inhale, circle the arms up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, hands down, step forward, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, softly fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, circle the arms, be generous with your circle, look to your thumbs. Exhale, take the arms out to the side and circle your hands to your heart. Continue, inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, softly bow forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot back. This time keep your knee off the floor. Bend the front knee to a square shape, strong legs. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. Crescent pose. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. As you exhale, this time lift your bottom up to downward facing dog, but don't step your feet in. Transition to up dog. So inhale, lift your heels away from the floor, roll over your toes, soften your hips towards the floor, lift the chest upward facing dog. Exhale, press through the hands, use your belly to roll over the toes to downward facing dog. Now step the feet in if you feel too long in the pose. Take a full deep breath in and a beautiful sustained breath out. Take a full deep breath in and a slow, steady breath out. Inhale deeply. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the thumbs, keep the back knee off the floor. Inhale, find your balance as you stand up, circle the arms, look ahead or look to your thumbs. Exhale, hands down, step forward, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, softly bow. Inhale, stand up, circle the arms, look to your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your sides, circle your hands to your heart. Inhale, circle the arms up and overhead, look to your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot back, keep the knee off the floor. Find your balance as you inhale, stand up, reach up and look up. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, use your belly muscles to lift your bottom to downward facing dog, but don't step your feet in. Inhale, lift your heels away from the floor, roll over the toes, soften your hips, lengthen the fronts of your legs, press through the hands, open the chest. Exhale, use your belly to lift your bottom, roll over the toes, downward facing dog, step your feet in if you need to. Take a full deep breath in and a very smooth breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your thumbs, keep the back knee off the floor. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, hands down, step forward, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and softly fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Circle the arms, look to your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your sides and circle your hands to your heart. Pause here, close your eyes. Just listen to the sound of your steady, rhythmic breath. Just notice the energy that you've created in your body, in your breath, and the calm in your mind. And keep that as we progress through the rest of the class. So open your eyes, inhale, release the hands, circle the arms up. Exhale and softly bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees a little, pop your hands flat, crawl back onto all fours. Separate your knees a little wider than your hips and your ankles also a little wider than your hips. Step your hands forward of your shoulders. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, take the right side of your bottom back towards your right heel diagonally. Inhale, come back onto all fours. Exhale, left side of your bottom back towards your left heel diagonally. Inhale, all fours. Exhale to your right. Inhale, all fours. Exhale to the left. One more each side. Inhale, back onto all fours. Exhale to the right. Inhale, all fours. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come onto all fours. Step your knees as wide as your outer hips now. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in and a very smooth breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg directly up so your kneecap and your big toe are pointing down. Exhale, bend the knee and step through between your thumbs. Keep you onto your back toes with the heel pointing up. Inhale, circle the arms up for crescent pose. As you exhale, bring the left hand onto the floor and the right hand onto your right knee for a twist. So with hands down, inhale, press through both hands, get a little buoyancy through the torso. And as you exhale, bend the front knee a little more, press back through the back heel. So inhale, reach the top arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, create a little bit of energy around the back knee, so straighten the back leg if you can. Take a full deep breath in, lengthen the back leg. Exhale, tone the belly and twist. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, press down through the bottom hand, reach up through the top hand. Take a full deep breath in, breathe into the lungs, into the fingertips, into the toes. Exhale, hold the pose. One more full deep breath here. Exhale, bring the top hand down to the mat and step back to plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, lift your bottom up and back to downward facing dog, but don't step your feet in. Inhale, lift the heels up, roll over your toes, soften the hips towards the floor, upward facing dog, keep the fronts of the legs long. Exhale, use your belly up and back, downward facing dog. Step your feet in if you need to. Inhale, lift your left leg directly up, big toe, kneecap pointing down. Exhale, step through between your thumbs. Inhale, crescent pose, circle the arms up, back heel is pointing towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand to your left knee. So take a big deep breath here, press down through the hands, get some buoyancy through the torso, some buoyancy through your right outer hip. And as you exhale, straighten the back knee a little, press through the back heel, bend the front knee forward. Inhale, reach the top fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, straighten the back leg even more as you twist. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, tone across the belly as you twist and open. Inhale deeply. Exhale, press down through the bottom hand to reach up through the top hand. Inhale, fill the whole body with breath, not only the lungs, but the fingertips and the heels and the knees. Exhale, hold the pose. One more full deep breath here. Exhale, bring the left hand down to the floor, step back to plank pose. Inhale deeply in plank pose. Exhale, lift your bottom up for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels up, roll over the toes, keep the fronts of the legs long as you transition to upward facing dog. Exhale, use your strong legs, strong belly to transition to downward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in and a slow, sustained breath out. Take a full deep breath in and a smooth, measured breath out. Inhale, lift the right leg directly up. Exhale, step the foot through between your thumbs. Inhale, circle the arms for crescent pose. Exhale, left hand down, open twist. Reach the top hand up, take a full deep breath here. And now exhale, bring the top hand down, position the back foot for warrior two, and swivel your way up to warrior two. Adjust your seat if you need to. So inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, bend the front knee again, aim it between your second and third toes, warrior two. Couple more like that. So inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up and look up. Exhale, bend the front knee, aim the knee between your second and third toes. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. This time we'll hold the pose. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the front knee a little more, put some energy down through your back heel. Inhale, lengthen the front side of the back leg, especially around the kneecap. Exhale, tone the belly. Inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, soften the shoulders, reach through the back fingers, reach through the front fingers. Inhale, rotate the front palm towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior, keep the front knee bent. Take a full deep breath in, enjoy the full space of your right lung. Exhale, hold the pose. Inhale deeply. And now exhale, spin the hands down and land yourself back into plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, lift your bottom up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels up, roll over the toes. So tone the space around your kneecaps, strengthen the legs for upward facing dog, and use your strong belly, strong legs to transition back to downward facing dog. Step your feet in if you need to. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bend the knees, step through between your thumbs. Crescent pose, inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the right hand down for a open twist. Top hand up towards the ceiling. One full deep breath here. And now exhale, position the back leg for warrior two and wind your way up into warrior two. Adjust your feet if you need to. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, warrior two, aim the front knee between the second and third toes. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Slowly exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg and reach. Exhale, warrior two, will hold the pose here. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, aim the front knee directly forward, bend the front leg and power down through the back heel. Inhale, lengthen and straighten the front side of your back leg. Exhale, create a light tone across your belly. Inhale, reach up through the spine. Exhale, soften the very tops of the shoulders. Reach back through the back fingers and forward through the front fingers. Inhale, rotate the front palm towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior, keep the front knee bent. Inhale, fill the left lung completely. Exhale, hold the pose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, circle the arms back down to plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, lift your bottom up and back for downward facing dog. Keep the stance long. Inhale, lift your heels, roll over the toes, fronts of the legs long, upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. If you need a little rest now, pop your knees onto the floor, come into child's pose. Otherwise, hold downward facing dog and keep that beautiful rhythmic breath just for about half a minute. So breathe as if you are still moving. Transition back into downward facing dog if you're in child's pose. Inhale, lift your right leg directly up. Exhale, bend your knee, step through between your thumbs, prepare for crescent pose. Inhale, circle the arms up, crescent pose, look ahead or up towards your thumbs. Exhale, open twist, so left hand onto the floor, right hand up towards the ceiling. Take a full deep breath here, open twist. Exhale, transition to warrior two pose. Position the back foot flat, wind your way up into warrior two. Take a full deep breath here in warrior two. Exhale, bring your back hand onto your waist. Shuffle forward. You may want to block here for half moon pose. So shuffle forward, fingertips onto a block or onto the floor. And now transition, lift the back leg away from the floor, roughly parallel to the floor. You may want to start by bending both knees a little bit and then moving your bottom hip to the back, the space behind you. So draw the bottom thigh bone back to the space behind you, towards the back edge of your mat. Then re-straighten the bottom leg, straighten the top leg, tone across your belly. So either hold the pose here if you feel balanced, press through the base of the big toe on the floor, and then reach the top hand up towards the ceiling. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, tone the belly, strengthen and lift that back leg a little more if you can. That's the way. Take a full deep breath in, so breathe beyond your lungs. Exhale to all your fingers, to all of your toes. Take one more full deep breath here. And now exhale, bend the front knee and land perfectly in warrior two. Perfect. Inhale, turn the front palm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Take one full deep breath here. Exhale, circle the hands down into plank pose. Take a full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, lift your bottom up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels up, roll over the toes, soften the hips, strengthen the fronts of the legs. Exhale, use your strength to lift up and back to downward facing dog. Step your feet in if you need to. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step through between your thumbs, prepare for crescent pose. Inhale, slowly, find your balance, reach up and look up. Exhale, open twist. So right hand onto the floor, left hand towards the ceiling. Take a very luxurious breath, open twist. Exhale, position the back foot for warrior two pose. Take a full deep breath in warrior two. Exhale, bring the back hand onto your waist and shuffle forward for half moon. Fingertips onto the floor or to a prop. So you may want to start with your knees bent a little bit. Get some depth in the standing leg thigh bone. So see if you can move it back to the space behind you and then re-straighten the bottom leg, re-straighten the top leg. If you feel balanced, reach the top arm up to the ceiling. Otherwise, keep the hand on your hip. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, tone across the belly, strengthen the top leg, even lift the top leg one tiny bit more. Take a full deep breath in, fill the lungs. And as you exhale, send that energy to all of your fingertips, top and bottom, to all of your toes, top and bottom. One more full deep breath in. Exhale, bend the bottom leg and land perfectly. Perfect, in warrior two. Inhale, turn the front palm up, and then exhale into reverse warrior. Take a full deep breath here, and then exhale, circle the arms into plank pose. Full deep breath in plank pose. Exhale, lift your bottom up and back. This is the last time we'll do this, so enjoy. Inhale, lift your heels up, roll over the toes. Be luxurious here with your breath. Enjoy your breath. And then exhale, back you go into downward facing dog. So your choice again, you can hold downward facing dog. Enjoy the warmth in your body, all the spaces you've opened, or you may want to pop your knees on the floor and have half a minute pause here, your choice. So breathe as if you are still moving, smooth, deep, continuous breath. So if you are in child's pose, come back into downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, inhale, lift your right leg up. This time you can bend your knee and open your hip to the side. And then exhale into pigeon pose. That's the way. So in pigeon pose, bring your fingertips wide so they're on the outside edge of the mat and on your fingertips as if you have an apple underneath each palm. So inhale, press through all of your fingertips, lift the chest. Now exhale, bend your elbows and soften your chest towards the floor, space around your shoulders. Inhale, lift yourself up, lift the chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, softly bow your chest towards the floor. Inhale, press through the fingertips, lift up. And then exhale, softly bow. So one more just like that. Inhale, press through the fingers, extend the spine, feel your upper spine long, back of the neck long. And then exhale, softly bow. This time we're going to hold about 1 minute. So you can release the hands, you can rest on your forearms, or you can stretch the arms out in front of you. Take a prop if you need underneath your right seat. So continue a smooth, rhythmic breath. So last few breaths, deepen the pose if you have a little more space. And now begin to release the pose. So lift your head, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press through the hands, just lift your hips partway up, tuck the back toes in and shuffle your back toes in a little bit so you can shoot the right leg all the way up and bend the knee, open the hip to the side. And just in your own time, you may want to straighten and bend that top leg a few times. So ease out the hip, straighten and bend, just as you feel comfortable. And release the right foot back to the floor now, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg all the way up, bend the knee, open the hip to the side. And now exhale, wind your left knee forward, full pigeon pose, second side. Bring the fingertips wide, either side of the mat. Inhale, press through all of your fingers, put a little energy into your back foot. And now exhale, bend the elbows, bow towards the floor. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale and softly lower. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift up. And now exhale, lower, and find your spot where you would like to hold for about a minute. So forearms, or you can lengthen your arms in front of you. So continue to breathe with awareness. Smooth out your breath. Enjoy the time and the space to breathe. You know you've got a little more room to move. You can extend the pose a little more for the last few breaths, optionally. And now start to release the pose, lift your forehead, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck the back toes under, lift your hips partway, shuffle the back toes in a little bit, and then shoot your left leg all the way up, open the hip, straighten and bend the knee a few times as feels appropriate for your body. Release the left leg to the floor. Settle into downward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in and a very slow, sustained breath out. Inhale, lift the heels all the way up. Exhale, pop your knees onto the floor, stretch your bottom back to your heels, child's pose. Hands under your forehead or hands alongside your hips, wherever feels comfortable for you. Right, so gently sit yourself up. You may want to take a blanket underneath your bottom for Baddha Konasana. So either sit directly on the floor or prop yourself, knees wide, feet together. So if you find it difficult to sit up and lift up out of your lower back, you may need a prop. If you find that accessible, then stay seated on the floor. The next pose will demonstrate more whether you need the prop or not. So come into Baddha Konasana. Bring the hands out to the sides, palms face forward. Like you did at the beginning of class, inhale and reach the arms up. As you exhale, interlace your hands and bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. So just hold the pose here. See if you can really focus on extending the spine, so lift up and out of the lower back. Keep the mid back long, the upper back long. You can close your eyes here. Feel the elbows very wide, feel your head press back into your hands. So visualize your lungs filling up, emptying out, and then expand your breath beyond your lungs. So breathe all the way into your elbow tips. Breathe beyond the crown of the head. Breathe beyond your knees, beyond your feet. After your next inhalation, release the hands. Bring the hands just in front of you onto your fingertips. Keep that length in the spine and start to walk your fingertips forward. And just notice at what point your spine wants to curl. So see if you can now take yourself into your comfortable Baddha Konasana. You may want to keep the spine elevated, or you may want to fold to your comfortable maximum here. So here for about 1 minute. Enjoy the pose, enjoy your breath. See if you can breathe beyond your own lungs. And there's a little sway side to side. Can always feel very soothing in this pose. If you know you've got a little more in you for the last few breaths, you could reach the hands a little further forward, extend the spine a little more, deepen the pose. And now slowly start to walk your hands back towards you. And take a nice big breath in, circle the arms all the way up. Look towards your thumbs, feel that beautiful length in your spine. Exhale, bring the hands to your sides. Nice. All right, transition to tabletop position. So bend the knees, have the feet as wide as your outer hips, and hands behind you with your fingertips pointing towards your bottom. Inhale, press through the hands, lift your bottom up. Exhale, lower your bottom to the floor. So if you need to adjust your feet, set them further away from you. Inhale, lift your bottom up, tabletop. Exhale, and down you go. A couple more like that. So share the load between your hands and your feet. So inhale, press into the feet as much as your hands. Exhale and down. One more like that. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, softly down you go. Transition now to Upavishta Konasana, so the legs wide. So you may want to start with your knees bent and have the kneecaps and the big toes pointing up towards the ceiling. All right, so bring the fingertips alongside your hips, press through the fingertips, lift the spine. So definitely here, if you find it hard to lift out of your lower back, do put a prop underneath your bottom. All right, and now the big test. Reach your arms all the way up and bring the hands behind your head. So see if you can continue to lift up and out of the lower back. Keep the mid back long, the upper back long. If you can do that, you can now slide your heels away from you, start to straighten your legs any amount. Keep lifting up and out of the lower back. Lift the mid-back, lift your upper back, breathe into the lungs, breathe beyond the elbows, beyond the heels, beyond the toes. And then on your next inhalation, reach both arms up towards the ceiling. So keep that sense of length as you now bring the fingertips towards the floor in front of you. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine again. So you can either hold the pose here for 1 minute, or you can soften down to your comfortable maximum, wherever feels appropriate for you. If this pose is quite accessible for you, you could take 2 fingers around your big toes and bring your belly button to the floor. So smooth, deep, sustainable breaths. Continue to breathe beyond your lungs. Keep the back of the neck relaxed, forehead soft. If you've got a little bit more, you can use the last few breaths to deepen the pose. And start to release the pose now. Creep your hands back towards you. Sit up. Put a little bend into your knees and use your hands to lift your knees up. Step your heels towards each other. Position yourself again for your tabletop position. So either repeat what you did a moment ago with the knees bent, or for a little bit more, straighten the legs and bring your big toes to touch. Hands are behind you with your fingertips pointing towards your bottom. So inhale, press through the hands, lift your bottom up towards the ceiling. So legs could be straight or bent here. Exhale and softly lower your bottom back down to the floor. Inhale, again lift all the way up, straight legs or bent legs. Exhale and down you go. Inhale, press through the hands. If you've got the straight legs, see if you can bring your big toes towards the floor. Exhale and down. Last one, straight legs or bent legs. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Nose points to the ceiling. And then exhale, down you go. Very nice. So release your legs. Return yourself to a comfortable seated position. So we're going to sit for a few minutes. So you could sit cross-legged directly on the floor or put a prop underneath your bottom. If you feel comfortable with your back against a wall, you could take yourself to a wall. Or you could sit straddle. If you have a bolster, you could straddle the bolster now. So wherever you are, keep your eyes open for a moment and take your gaze about 1 meter in front of you down towards the floor. And with your gaze on that point, with your eyes still open, find a sense of softness right behind the eyes. And with that softness, take the eyelids to close now. And with the eyelids soft, the eyes soft, start to make the space behind the eyes into the center of your head. It's very soft and murky. Feel the back of the head rest back to the space behind you. Lower your chin just a touch so the back of your neck is long. Feel the shoulders soft. Your hands, you can have them on your knees or cupped in your lap, wherever feels comfortable for your arms and your shoulders. Soften your jaw, soften your tongue. Bring your awareness to the space of your heart. And feel the gentle rise and fall of the chest in response to your breath. And sit for a couple more minutes, just like this. So keep your eyes closed. Let's bring your awareness back to your breath. So for the last few minutes, you are very welcome to sit, continue to sit as you are, or you can very softly and gently transition now to Shavasana. So very slowly bring your awareness back into your space. Listen to the sound of your rested breath. Bring some light movement to your fingertips and your toes. So bend your knees. Bring your knees towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a well-deserved hug and a little rock side to side. And now gently roll over to one side or the other. Pause for a moment and wind your way up to sit. So bring your hands to your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Take a very joyous breath in. And with gratitude, a very smooth breath out. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette.